Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at Bishop's RV in Idaho today. And I gotta tell you, it ain't every day something comes along that genuinely surprises me. And of all the things out there, all these big, fancy, amazing laminated trailers and fifth wheels and motorhomes and every other thing, it was this little single axle stick and tin that actually made me go, what? Take a look at this thing. On the outside, it's got a pretty decor package, certainly. But it is, like, it's pretty plain outdoors. Like, you know, it's got a nice power awning with lighting. It's got all the core essentials. I do like the Giggy box up front. We're going to talk more about that as we go. But it was the interior that really knocked my socks off. It's kind of like when you see somebody has a car that's, like, beat up on the outside, but it's really nice on the inside. Like, you just didn't see that coming. It's 22.5 feet tip to tail, which is fairly decent size for a single axle. Naturally, it has an axle size to be able to handle that kind of thing. But what kind of shocked me about it is it's all the features and the fixtures in this floor plan. We've got, you know, it is a corner queen bed, which is just kind of necessary to shove everything else in. I know some folks won't like that, and I don't mind it. I'll acknowledge that kind of stuff. But we have a sofa and a dinette and a good kitchen and a full bathroom in here in 22.5 feet on a single axle, and these come in at a pretty aggressive price point. I'm just really surprised, again, by the whole mixture of the layout and everything. You do this long enough and everything starts looking the same, you feel like you know what's coming. I've seen layouts sort of like this on a tandem axle with a slide out. I've never seen something like this on a single axle, and to my knowledge, this is a unicorn. This is a one-of-a-kind. I don't believe anyone else makes something like this. So, let me know what you think about this one. Let me know if you want me to track down more unicorns. And let's get started. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Catch us on the next one, by the way. All right, so before we get too far along, let's acknowledge some points of concern. Let's get those out of the way. What are the things that I think people are going to be not too hot to trot about? Because if those are going to be disqualifiers, let's get it out of the way. Let's find you another RV. We're a huge organization. We have almost every RV brand out there available within our lineup. This is a Camp Queen. It is a front corner bed. I know that some folks aren't really in love with that. You know, could it be a walk-around front bed? Certainly. It would have to be a longer RV. It would require tandem axle. It would be heavier, more expensive. Those were all things they were trying not to accomplish on this one here. I'm also going to break normal form, and I'm going to jump right over here into the bathroom to point out a couple other things people might get concerned. And if you appreciate the fact that we're trying to help smoke this stuff out so that you're not wasting 15 minutes of your life watching this, hit that like button, leave us a comment, tell us thanks, you know, subscribe to our videos, you know, we're going to shoot you straight. So, as you can see, it's not a skylight and a power vent. I'm okay with that, though. That doesn't bother me because they put the power vent in the shower. The shower does not have a surround panel. Now, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. I know it's not everyone's preference. What it means is when you are done taking a shower, you have to wipe down the walls with your towel and make sure you have that fan running. And if you want a bigger upgraded fan, that's just not a big deal. That's easy stuff for us to do. Also, it looks awful. It looks like there's no room around that toilet, right? Look at this. The way they have that cutaway, even though it looks like the countertop is fighting with you, that cutaway is exactly where your elbow was going to be. The bathroom was actually way better than I thought it would be. Now, whenever you see these yellow stickers on these outlets, what that is telling you is that that is pre-wired to an inverter loop. There's 5 of those in this floor plan, I believe. So if you choose to add an inverter, or I believe there's a factory 1 or 2,000. I got to double check. I've seen too many RVs too quickly lately. 2,000 watt inverter, I believe. So if you want to fire that up, you can. Now, if you're still with us, or if you're just willing to watch and enjoy some entertainment or share some feedback, let's hit some good things, like the fact that we have a full medicine cabinet in here, and apparently you get a little look at my chicken arm in the mirror. Also, full privacy around the door. That is a concern that a lot of people have. As I spin you around like a record, baby, back toward the living room, we are 6.5 foot tall. We are a standard body. That means 8 foot wide. Many single axles are some form of narrow body, which is easier towing, it's lighter weight, it's less expensive, but it also means less room. And there's a couple areas in this where you specifically see the bigger body making a difference. And one of the major ones is over here by the bed. That extra foot of width is what's giving us that dresser space, that stand, that hanging closet. Otherwise, this would, I mean, the space, the storage in this is already very limited for personal belongings. It would be almost non-existent otherwise. And once again, one of those inverter prepped outlets. Admittedly, I do wish they hadn't mounted it down next to the mattress where it's hard to plug stuff in. This is a stick and tin camper. They could have mounted it against that wall. They could have mounted it against that nose. If somebody from Zinger is watching this, it'll cost you $0 to move that to a better spot. That's just a little personal preference from your Uncle Josh. Now, like I said, this is a Camp Queen bed. I know that ain't everybody's cup of tea. It is what it is. You know, we can't change that. What is nice, though, some decent window coverage in this, though the door does lack a window. I do want to be fair to mention that. And then, this isn't really a floor plan like single-axle campers. You're not thinking, oh, I'm going to get a single-axle camper and watch a lot of TV. But if you're interested, it's crazy. There's actually 2 TV hookups in this. There's one over here on the wall, with this being a stick and tin trailer. Every 16 inches on center, on average, there's a stud in that wall that you could tap something into. But weirdly, over in the kitchen, there's actually a second set of TV hookups under this overhead cabinet. Now that's interesting to me, but I think maybe now that I'm looking at it, here's the idea. I'm going to spin you around again real slow. So if I'm sitting on the sofa, I think that over there is going to be my primary entertainment zone. But if you look over here, if you're sitting at the dinette, that person can't see the TV. So they gave us a second spot for it. And I know the door doesn't have a window, like I said, but does it need it? That's a real question. Let me know. Does it need it when you have a very good sized window over the sofa across from the dinette, which is also a breeze window, plus you have some good windows back there? I think this thing, look at the door side window coverage on this. Would I still prefer a window in the door? Certainly. But I'm cool with this. I'm really cool with this. And look at the simulated cinema seating that they have going on over here. So it's a jackknife sofa, you know. There's some storage below. We'll get to that in just a second. But, like, look how they framed it out, boxed it out. You got the fold-down armrest. You could always fold it up out of the way if you're looking for some cuddle compliance. You know, this is crafty. This is creative. Is it for everybody? No. But is it for somebody? I definitely think so. Okay, so starting up here, you're going to see, kind of like in the bathroom, the kitchen has a small powered vent fan. Because it doesn't have a stovetop vent hood, if you are cooking on that little cooktop right there, that gives you a way to exhaust heat. Again, a bigger upgraded fan would be nice, plus you got the windows over here. Both of those outlets are inverter prepped, by the way. But you get up here, and you know what I didn't check? I meant to check this earlier. I meant to check the cabinet construction, and here's the way that you do it. Get your phone, put her in selfie mode, and stupid, put her in Josh, put it in selfie mode, Josh. Hit the button. There we go. Okay, ooh, look at that. We are pocket screwed. I did not expect that. I actually expected stapled fasteners. That is a pleasant surprise, especially with the kitchen being back here bouncing a little bit. Although it's a short single axle. It's not like there's a lot of tail hanging over the end, but that's cool. That's a nice little surprise there. And look at the countertop space. Explain to me, tell me another single axle camper that has a kitchen with that kind of counter space. Does it have an oven? No. Does it have an option for an oven? No. Is this for everybody? No. But it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck at all. I mean, great cabinet space, big drawer space. I can't tell you how many single axle campers I've gotten into. They have absolutely jack squat for drawer space. Like, this is nice. Now look at this. Not only is this a big chunk of storage, but look at this down here. You've got a galvanized steel wheel well. So you effectively kind of like a blowout guard. But you don't necessarily even have to lift the sofa. Just that simple little hinge system they got there. I've been trying to figure out why more people in the RV industry haven't done that. It costs next to nothing. It is extremely handy, sliding big things in and out, you know, so you don't necessarily always have to wrestle the sofa. I just think that's brilliant. And if you notice, they're going with a full-size refrigerator in this, and that is one of those big 12-volt DC compressor fridges. I mean, what do you think, guys? Like I said, Is it ideal for everybody? No, but man, there are just a whole series of surprising features in here, right? Now, like I said when this video began, it is very plain and simple outside. It's got a good look. It has a very good look, I think, anyway, up front. The asymmetry is actually something I like better than I thought I would. Is it, again, an over-the-top, jazzy pants, flashy camper? No, it's certainly not. Like, it does not have the world's biggest awning. I would have liked to see the awning stretch to the back, but this was made with a specific little kind of, you know, price target in mind. That's one of those things. Up front here, though, there's a couple really nice details you don't always find on these. That's the thing. Like I said, there was a couple things that really jumped out and surprised me. This is simple, little side mount solar prep package. Nothing too flashy or fancy there, but the Giggy box. So, if you've been watching a lot of our videos, you know, when we were Haylett RV and now Bish's RV, you've probably heard me talk about the Giggy box. What it is, it's a like waterproof, effectively a juiced up battery disconnect, but it gets rid of that big nasty collection of relays at the front of the camper, which are just notorious for being exposed to weather and can fail. The other thing the Giggy box does is when you have the battery disconnected, it is hard disconnected. There is zero parasitic drain coming off of it. What's interesting is Mr. Giggy is actually one of the lead engineers for the CrossRoads group for Zinger, and his technology was actually adopted by Keystone. Keystone actually kind of being the parent company over CrossRoads. So just in case you're curious, this is kind of a cousin to, say, like a single axle Springdale or Hideout. They're in the family. If you look close, you can see the resemblance, but they're not twins, as it were. Now, one of the kind of cool things about this being 8 foot wide, a lot of RV manufacturers who build, you know, single axle campers, they'll build them narrow body. And when you do that, you'll start seeing different materials pop in, sometimes like different flooring, different roofing. This is built exactly the same as the big, quote, like full Zinger, as it were. What that means is this has a one-piece, no-seam flooring. It's a 5/8 thickness, so, you know, it's decently, basically it's the same type of flooring you find in a lot of big one-piece flooring fifth wheels. But it's got like a 25-year warranty on it. I mean, the material itself is awesome. Now, obviously, that doesn't cover leaks or anything, so you always want to make sure you maintain your RVs. One of the other things that's actually really impressive on the Zinger family of RVs is that they were a 2021 DSI award winner. And if you're not familiar with that, that's something that like Rockwood Flagstaff, a bunch of Grand Designs, earned that designation basically as some of the best built, most problem-free RVs built in the 2021 season, which, as a lot of people know, was a very challenging season. Little details here, little outside TV hookups, which nice little find on a single axle stick and tin. You could say entry level. And then you got the handy little dog bone leash latch. By the way, that's not just a cute little puppy paw. That is actually a bottle opener. Now, one final note. This is a member of the Zinger Lite series. These are the little guys. They make plenty of other things. Like back here, you see a full Zinger, and just like at a glance, you can definitely tell there's some differences between them. Give me a little time, get my feet under me. We'll try to bring you some more coverage on more things like this. And let me know, do you want to see more things from Zinger? Because basically, there's no way I can cover every single thing that Bish's RV carries. So I'm really letting you folks dictate to me. Leave me comments. Let me know what is the next thing you would like to see. The next company, is there a specific layout? The more I can target what you're looking for, the more I can bring it to you. So take care, stay safe, have fun. Let me know, everyone.